Hey, what's up, guys? Long time no talk or see. Sorry, it's been a while. I've just been kind of getting life together, if you know what I mean. Um, I graduated May the 12th, woohoo, if you saw my last vlog. Um, so I am done officially, but now is the real work, is the studying to pass the boards. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you had honors and you were, the best student in the class. No one cares about that. It's about passing the boards, becoming licensed, and working. Because your DPT is only as good if you are licensed. Otherwise, unless you land into some kind of other job, it's just, you're not going to use your degree. But it's been tough trying to get studying done. I haven't worked since January 2nd of this year because of clinical rotations, which was January 2nd through May the 10th. As you all know, or you may not know, you're not supposed to work when you're on clinical rotations. And so I have been pretty much jobless since then because I was completing clinicals. But after that, I lost my job because they could not hold it for me anymore because I was going to be out for 5 months. And, I was grateful that they allowed me to do it at my facility, so that was a blessing. But yeah, since finishing, I have applied to a couple positions, PRNs, full-time, part-time, because I do still want to work while I prepare for the boards. Not like overkill, but I do want to work to make money because, number one, I'm broke. But also just to continue my experience because I feel like from a PTA perspective, taking the PTA boards helped, and the questions were more scenario related. So they took your knowledge base and what they taught you, and they melded it with like function, like how is the everyday interaction with the patient like, or with the PT like. And I feel like just from conversation from some PTs, it's similar in a way, but of course they do have portions where you have to know your stuff completely. I mean, you have to know everything, but you have to know your stuff, if you know what I mean. So yeah, guys, I have done a bunch of interviews. I've had a job in Texas that offered me like 120 as a PTA, for goodness sake, which was amazing. But I'm not ready to move to Texas yet, so we'll see. But they're paying out there. You just have to look for the right place. Where I am in Maryland, the pay scale is not as great as Texas, even though Texas cost of living is cheaper. But, you can get some good positions. As a PTA, I've gotten some good offers, like offers that my classmates are getting, or PTs that I know who are new grads are getting straight out of school. So that's a blessing, being a PTA, going DPT is. You get a higher pay. I mean, don't get me wrong, don't go looking for jobs that just pay well, but get a job where you can grow financially, you can grow in your skill level, knowledge, and everything, and they can contribute to you as a therapist and your learning. So yeah, I have two job offers in which, as a PTA, which I'm going to choose, but both of them are willing to transition me to a PT. One is a PT position interview that I just completed today, and then the other one is a PTA to PT position, which is perfect, and the pay is not bad. I just recently send them a rebuttal, not a rebuttal, but like the request they gave me was good, but I want better. So you got to know how to market yourself. Like, you just can't settle for anything just because that's what's available or because you need a job. Now, sister has been broke, but I'm not settling. So this video, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update what's going on. So I've been studying. I purchased the Basecamp through Score Builders and the book because of recommendations, and it has been very helpful. It's very easy study material. It's an easy flow. It's easy to understand. There's nothing difficult about it. And it keeps me on a schedule. I mean, I only purchased the 30-day. If you're doing it, I recommend you doing like the 365, which it was when I purchased it for Memorial Day. On Memorial Day, it was like a 25% discount, which was silly of me because it was just $20 or $30 more to just get the full year. But sister been broke, I was like, look, we're going to get the 30-day and that's it. But that was a silly move. I wish I could go back and do it. But I'm on the crunch. I'm going to use those 30 days. Now I have like 26 days wisely and get it done. I've been using that tangentially with the Therapy Ed book. So it's kind of good because Therapy Ed is a little bit more intense. The material is not, for someone who may have a difficult time understanding concepts, Score Builders will make it easier for you to understand, and then Therapy Ed will build on that knowledge or make you understand it from a more complex standpoint, if that makes sense. I also have a bunch of things brewing in the background. My own personal business. I'll let y'all know when things start kicking off. But for now, I'm just kind of taking it easy and seeing how things are going. But you'll know once I get going, and I will document that process. So I've just not been lazing around. I have kind of, like the first 2 weeks I was just like do 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 do. But anyways, this video I wanted to talk about some things that I wish I knew before I started PT school, even as a PTA. And I'm gonna go ahead and start. Number one, for my program, because I was commuting on the weekends, I wish I had secured a plan A and B, because the lady I stayed with passed away towards my last year of the program, which meant that I had to get hotels or pay hotels with, and luckily I was able to pair with some classmates, and so the cost was lessened. But either way, I wish I had had a plan B, just in case, my lady didn't work out for whatever reason, even though it was an unfortunate circumstance and I miss her so much. But it's good to have that, because financially it will hurt you if you have to change your plans and it doesn't really fit within your budget. Luckily, I have a very supportive husband and stuff who was able to help me through that. Number two, I would invest. I know I've said that before in a previous video, and it's crazy, but some of us, or some of you guys who may decide to take more loans out, don't just take it to spend it and squander it on things that don't make sense. If you're going to take loans out, take loans and invest if you can. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm not saying that's the standard way of doing it. Please don't get me wrong, or come for me, okay? But I'm just saying, like, if you do happen to take some out, let's say you get an extra $2,000-3,000 after your tuition is paid, set aside like $500, $1,000, and invest in some good stocks or something, or business, something that will benefit you. Number three, I would say start putting money aside for the boards. I have spent, just within these last 2.5-3 weeks with the board registration and everything, I've spent over $1,200 on just preparation material, as well as some of the boards. It gets pretty expensive, so if you're someone who doesn't manage your time, manage your money wisely, make sure that you put that money aside earlier on. Maybe you could put a goal. Most programs are 3 years. You could save maybe, $500 per year. I think that's reasonable for any student, most students at least. $500 per year, just save it, and by the time you're done, you got $1,500 waiting for you, and you could use it towards your books, towards your exam and everything. So that's number three. Number four is, I would start, honestly, some people may disagree with me, but that's fine. It is what it is. But as a PTA, if you're a PTA out there considering PT, I would recommend purchasing like a book like Score Builders. And it doesn't matter. You can use, the most recent version if you can before you start, or while you're in the program, or anything. Because number one, it's not a waste. It's a good review for you. As PTAs, we're required to know what a PT knows. Of course, we can't diagnose. We can't get into the nitty gritty of like examinations and stuff, but it's helpful information either way. It'll help you with retention. It'll help you with your studies. I think that you should invest in a Score Builders book, because it's easy to follow. It's things that will recollect and jog your memory, and things that you could learn from it. So I would recommend starting that on your free time. Like if you got like, an hour to spare once a week or something, just dedicate to just reviewing the material, because it'll help by the time boards come around. And another advice I would give is start job searching early. Don't wait till last minute, because employers are willing to take you earlier on. Even when you go to your clinicals, like, advertise yourself, make yourself visible. Start talking to companies before you, I'd say like a good safe 4 to 3 months out, start like putting in your resume, put in your places that you did your rotations, and you never know, you might land that job that you desire. And it's just good to kind of survey different employers, so you're not pressed for time or trying to make money and just taking any offer that comes at you. But yeah, y'all, that is what I got so far. I had some other stuff with my real camera, but it is what it is. But share, likes, comment, subscribe. Love y'all, and have a wonderful day.